Welcome to this week's Movie Math, giving you an in-depth analysis of the box office for the weekend of April 6th, as The Hunger Games went from fictional entertainment phenomenon to one that is very real. So since we already know that The Hunger Games is bringing in a shitload of money, let's talk about what new records it's breaking. Move over, Sarah Connor, Ripley, and Lara Croft. Katniss Everdeen is the new box office action queen. This should light a fire under Angelina Jolie's butt, as she previously held 3 of the top 10 all by herself, the only actress to do so. But with Jennifer Lawrence now playing not only Katniss but also Mystique, Jolie finds herself with something she's never had before, a true challenger to the action heroine throne. Expect either Salt 2 or her planned actioner with Luc Besson to follow quickly on the heels of Maleficent, as she seeks to remind audiences and Lawrence who's boss. Plus, what the heck ever happened to Chloe Moritz? Didn't she have a switchblade in this fight too? The Hunger Games is also the second most successful sci-fi book turned film to date, behind only Jurassic Park. But at this rate, it will be number 1 soon. That's right, you heard me correctly. The Hunger Games will outgross Jurassic Park. And while I thought The Hunger Games was okay, I'm starting to feel like Bill Murray here trying to explain biblical proportions to the mayor. What do you think? Is The Hunger Games this good? I mean, at first everyone was just looking for someone to knock Twilight off its angsty horse, but it seems things have gotten out of hand. Meanwhile, the American Pie franchise began to show its age as the 4th installment debuted at number 2, besting the opening of only the first film. But yet once again, the foreign market saved yet another movie, as American Reunion pulled in $19.3 million abroad, a record number for the franchise. So while these numbers aren't an embarrassment, it's unlikely that American Pie has any more theatrical releases in its future. Then in third place was the 3D re-release of Titanic, which also didn't embarrass itself but didn't exactly impress either. Its debut matched that of Beauty and the Beast 3D re-release, yet fell short of The Lion King and Star Wars The Phantom Menace. And again, it was the foreign market to the rescue, as Titanic pulled in $35.5 million into its lifeboats. Although quite frankly, I'm sure most of us wish James Cameron would stop playing around with re-releases and submarines and just make another movie. And I'm not talking about Avatar 2. As for the rest of the box office, Wrath of the Titans suffered John Carter-esque drops, as both fell in the 50 percentile range. And while overseas the sequel still held on to the number 1 spot, capturing another $43 million, at this rate it will be lucky if it just breaks even for Warner Brothers. Mirror Mirror was looking a little fair with a 40% drop, it will also be lucky if it can just make its money back. But an $85 million budget? Either Julia Roberts is getting paid more than she's worth, or those costumes were way too expensive. Good news for 21 Jump Street though, which crossed the century mark, and the Lorax, which is about to cross the double century mark. Nice to see someone in Hollywood is turning a profit besides Lionsgate. Although speaking of The Hunger Games again, that movie's death grip on the family audience means that Despicable Me will remain Illumination Entertainment's crown jewel. For this coming weekend, 3 more tributes enter the box office arena, only to be most likely slaughtered by Katniss. However, at least the Three Stooges should make it funny. That movie is expected to debut with $13 million, while The Cabin in the Woods is expected to fare slightly better with $16 million. Meanwhile, Lockout looks to be locked out with just $6 million. And that's the weekend box office. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching, and I also hope you'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.